services. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. Amogale Abikele Mafru.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is Brand News, where we'll bring you the latest developments around brands and in the field of advertising, marketing, and communication in Nigeria and around the world.
Now on Brand News. In a bid to bridge the widening gap between the members of the academic body and professionals in the advertising and marketing communications industry, the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, held its first industry colloquium where stakeholders harped on knowledge optimization and talent development. The event, which was held at the Sheraton Hotel, Lagos, was declared open by the Honorable Minister for Information and Culture, Alhaji La Mohammed, represented by Mr. Sunday Baba, Director of Communication and Media, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. The minister, while lauding the initiative, stated that the convergence of academia and industry practitioners would deepen the professional knowledge needed for the economic development of the country. On his part, Dr. Olalekan Fadolapo, Director General of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, who spoke on the efforts made to bridge the knowledge gap in the industry, affirmed that the colloquium is primarily organized to boost stronger synergy and promote effectual relationship between the academia and the practitioners in the advertising and marketing communications industry. The event, which was well attended by government officials, heads of sectorial groups, industry professionals, students, and staff of academia, featured a creative competition where the University of Ilorin clinched the grand prize of 1 million naira, having emerged winner after a keenly contested pitch. Latest report from the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, NIBSS, has revealed that the volume of mobile money transactions for the month of February rose by 70% to 183.69 million compared to 108.13 million recorded in the preceding month. According to the report, more Nigerians used electronic channels such as bank applications and USSD to pay for items due to the cashless policy of the federal government, as well as the naira scarcity prevalent in the country. It added that while the volume of transactions rose by 70%, value of transactions rose by 7.8% and volume had risen from 108.13 million transactions with a value of 2.37 trillion naira in January to 183.69 million transactions with a value of 2.55 trillion naira. The data showed that while the volume of NIBSS instant payment rose by 45.5% last month, the value of transactions consummated via the channel declined by 5.12%. Over-the-top OTT TV and video revenue in Nigeria is projected to grow at an annual growth rate of 12.2% from $17 million in 2022 to $26 million in 2026, with revenue growth expected to outpace increases in TV subscriptions revenue. This was revealed in a recent report by PwC on Africa Entertainment and Media Outlook 2022 to 2026. According to the report, in Kenya, OTT revenue will total just $8.9 million in 2026, whereas TV subscription revenue will total $420 million. Meanwhile, according to Statista, a research company in Germany, over-the-top OTT TV and video revenue is expected to reach over $242 billion by 2028, nearly double the figure reported in 2021. First Bank of Nigeria Limited, Nigeria's premium financial services institution, has announced a phased corporate name change of its subsidiaries in the United Kingdom and Sub-Saharan Africa. FBN Bank UK, FBN Bank Sierra Leone, FBN Bank Gambia, and FBN Bank DRC are the first set of subsidiaries effecting the name alignment. They are now known and addressed as First Bank UK, First Bank Sierra Leone, First Bank Gambia, and First Bank DRC. The Ghana, Senegal, and Guinea subsidiaries will be next in the phased name change implementation. The name change is being implemented to align the subsidiaries with the parent brand and to enjoy the strong heritage and brand equity built by First Bank Nigeria in its 129 years of banking leadership. This will further enhance the quality of service delivery, resulting in better brand clarity, uniformity, and consistency across all the markets where the bank operates.
With our brand news, next is branding focus after this break.
Where's Glory?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello? Where Glow now?
I dare you.
Glow, don't go village. Tell all our customer.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow berekete 10x. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 when they give all of us, so you they enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See now say we enjoy if I join Glow berekete 10x. When I go get 1,000 naira welcome credit. You just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish.
Correct.
Glow, you don't win. You don't do.
Una still dey here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow.
We said now Glow be dey fine. Now Glow be dey go.
Okay, so
Enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Berekete 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Advertising regulations are a fundamental aspect of any nation capable of stimulating economic growth. Over the years, the advertising industry in Nigeria had been subjected to unethical and unhealthy practices capable of stifling the growth of the sector in terms of payment duration and execution of advertising businesses between agencies and advertisers. As part of efforts to erode a paradigm shift in the advertising and marketing communications industry and make it globally competitive, Dr. Olalekan Fadolapo, the Director General of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, upon assumption of office, commenced a series of reforms with the introduction of the Advertising Industry Standards of Practice (ISOP), geared towards reducing payment timelines and address other critical issues such as pitch fees and disengagement policy. ISOP, which took effect 6 October 2021 as the first regulatory framework under the leadership of Dr. Olalekan Fadolapo, was lauded by heads of advertising sectorial groups, HASG, and many industry professionals who affirmed that the legal document will reposition the business and practice of advertising in the country. While the agencies, under the auspices of the Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria, AAN, Media Independent Practitioners Association of Nigeria, MIPAN, Experiential Marketers of Nigeria, ESMAN, and the Outdoor Association of Nigeria, OAN, commended the move as a novel initiative that will encourage fairness, equity, and ethical practices in the industry. The Advertisers Association of Nigeria, ADVAN, kicked against the idea, alleging that the regulatory framework is draconian and not in the interest of its members. Now, over a year since the ISOP regulation was introduced, some professionals have offered divergent views on how beneficial and reformatory the code has been in the advertising business, while some decried the lack of its full implementation, which would have discouraged violators and also boost their business growth as part of its benefits. Others argued that it would have been more impactful and beneficial if there was an enforcement of its implementation to ensure strict compliance. Although ISOP serves as the appropriate business framework that eradicates unfair advantage, unethical competition, and inequitable policies between relevant stakeholders, full implementation with stringent penalties to deter violators is imperative. As the EPA's advertising regulatory body has laid the foundation for ISOP, it is vital for various heads of advertising sectorial groups and practitioners to aid the success and implementation of the advertising regulation by insisting that clients adhere to the guidelines stipulated in the ISOP document. Compromising to maintain a business relationship with clients negates the intentions and principles of the ISOP law. Hence, disciplinary measures must be taken against defaulters to encourage compliance.
When I was branding focus, next is industry conversation, where we have interactions with distinguished personalities who have been at the forefront of the strategic positioning and promotion of brands. Well, today we will be continuing on the interactions we started last week with Mr. OZONE MBANEFO, the founder and provost of O2 Academy, one of the leading advertising schools in Nigeria, after this break.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
We see that the conditions, of course, between advertising agencies and, of course, their clients is changing. The business conditions, of course, is changing. So how would you describe the client-agency relationship in recent times?
Oh, I love this question because it's something we cannot change. There's this old saying that goes, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. The client still controls what the agencies will bring to the consumer viewership. The client still controls what the agency produces. Why? Because the client is still thinking it is my thing and not our thing. Mm-hmm. The clients are yet to see that they need to partner with agencies to help make this thing come out well. And because that thinking has been there, it doesn't allow agencies to really help in their full capacity, because agencies want to keep the business. They need the brand, they need the account, And in that space, in that moment, the client is saying or insisting on anything. The rest of the story is all about, I hope we are getting our money. And they just go ahead to do what you want them to do.
The advertising industry exists in an ecosystem called Nigeria, and we currently see that the Nigerian economy is greatly challenged. So how do you think that advertising professionals can navigate the economic headwinds? Many professional bodies have projected further devastation, to the economy. So how can agencies navigate these economic challenges?
You see, we as industry experts, we occupy a very important position when it comes to helping the economy of a country. And I'll tell you how and why. You see, when the client comes to an ad agency, the first thing that hits their head is, we need advertising. And truth be said, the client didn't come to you because they want advertising. They come to you. They showed up because they need more money. And that's why they want to drop that money. And so if we understand as experts that we are saddled with the responsibility to provide a better business solutions and help them make more money. And how do you make more money? Like I always tell people, we are the mediator between the consumer and the producers. This guy has got a product and he wants to sell this product to these people. And if we don't connect them to these people, they will not make sales. So our job is not just to connect them to those people, it's to also make sure that this product we are connecting to these people is also good by giving them expert advice on some of the marketing mix and things that will help the brand to help the people. So we help the both sides, because economy is about people getting solutions and money changing hands. Yeah, value to value, value for value. So as experts is for us to just manage that ecosystem and see that everybody is happy and things flow. And that's the position we occupy. It's not just about advertising. It's about business solutions.
Well said. You are a talent developer.
That's right.
I see the brilliant things you're doing here at O2 Academy.
Thank you very
But
much.
then we have a problem at hand. The Japa syndrome is upon us. It's affecting every sector of the Nigerian economy, and the advertising industry is not left out of it. So how can advertising agencies navigate, or mitigate the adverse effect of this phenomenon?
You see, reason why people japa, it's not because they just want to run out of Nigeria. It's in search of a better life. In fact, I can tell you there are people that no matter the type of money you pay them today, they are not ready to leave Nigeria because they are happy doing what they do or what they are doing in Nigeria. And so the reason why people japa is they have given up in this country. They've given up about Nigeria. Everything about Nigeria does not hold water for them. And for me, I think when people begin to think there's no headway, it's simply a function of information, lack of information. Even Bible says it, that my people perish because they lack knowledge. So when people don't have knowledge, they don't have an edge. And when people have knowledge, they have an edge, even beyond the shores of this country. I have a graduate of O2 Academy that finished here, and he's earning $3,000 every month. And what that simply means is, and he is not resuming in an office, in his apartment. $3,000 enters his account every month. In fact, the guy came to me recently and he said, Mr. O, I have more clients, more agencies that I am working with than the time to do their job. He said, because these guys, they pay you in dollars. He said, as the dollar rate is rising, I'm getting richer. And it's a function of information. Why? Because he doesn't even need to travel out. He doesn't even need to think of Japan to another country where he doesn't enjoy as much as he's enjoying the facilities and amenities that we have in this country. So people give up on Nigeria because they don't have the adequate knowledge that will sustain them and give them everything they need to stay back and enjoy this country. And agencies should simply do one thing: bring them to O2.
Let them bring some oxygen.
And when I say this, it sounds like I'm trying to sell the school. But trust me, knowledge is everything. Knowledge is everything you need for everything and everywhere you want to get to. And when people reject knowledge, they reject money. Because value is simply what you are giving that you are getting. Exchange of value. And it's as simple as that. So agencies should look inwards and see how to get people much more equipped with the right knowledge so they can serve them better and feel better, and of course they stay back and they don't have to go.
Well said. Thank you so much for that, sir. I'm sure a lot of people will find that very instructive.
That's
So
right.
moving on, what would be your assessment of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON? We've seen that they've been doing a lot of, mind-blowing innovative, steps, to reposition the advertising industry. So what would be your assessment of what it has been doing so far, on the advertising and marketing communications industry?
I think first of all, I'll start with the fact that they've come to be that thing that they are designed to be. And in fact, the first move of changing the name, because name is also very important. Your life goes tilt towards the direction of your name. So when I knew something is great, something great is on board. When I knew something great is on ground was when I saw the name change. The Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria. So they've come to be that regulatory body that stands to say, this is how things, because anything that is not regulated, it's like electricity from the high tension, comes to this bulb, it will blow it. Yeah. But something is regulated, it's called transformer. It brings things to a way it should be. And I give it up to Dr. Leko Fadolapo. He is a true agent of transformation. They've given advertising a sense of meaning, a new sense of meaning. Experts now feel proud to be, identified with advertising. And I know it could only get better. It can only get better. That's
okay.
true. Yeah.
Your school is committed to capacity building, as we all know it. Advertising regulator is coming up with an advertising industry colloquium where, of course, the town and the gown to meet, to deliberate on critical issues, of course, move the industry forward. What would be your expectations from that event?
That event has always been the heart cry of O2 Academy, that we have more opportunities that will make more Nigerians employable and employers of labor. We see things like this, opportunities like this, as a platform that is helping the course and the assignment of O2 Academy. Because, we exist to help Nigerian youths become who they are designed to be. And anybody doing that is helping the assignment, is helping the big picture. Yeah. So when we hear of such, and that's why we are open to partner with every platform that helps in building people, in getting people up to speed with knowledge that will cause transformation, that will give them an edge. So for us, we're excited about it, and we know it's going to turn out right and help a lot of people turn out right.
So what are the new initiatives for O2 Academy this year?
Oh my, I like this part. You see, our latest excitement is technology. Yeah. Digital transformation is something we are embracing with full force. And that's why we've upgraded our faculty, and we have just absorbed a pool of industry experts that are passionate about teaching to join our faculty. And boosting that faculty, especially the digital marketing faculty, we know will stand the test of time to help the transformation that is ongoing and be able to feed the industry. Yeah, especially, which is the second thing, the professionals, the practicing industry experts, because we found out that, we've done very well in the area of helping undergraduates get into advertising. And we discovered too that agencies are beginning to get obsolete in the level of information they acquire. Yeah. So we are focusing on agencies now. Last year I did an agency tour, went around different agencies. We're building that relationship to see how we can begin to, update agencies. Yeah. Recently, one of the biggest advertising agency in Nigeria just signed a deal with us to train 30 of their staff.
Wow.
Sorry, 32 of their staff, and they are coming down to, and we call it a crash course. So we tailor it to whatever, ingredient that you need that will help your business. To some agencies, it's about account management. To some agencies, is about slide design. To some, is just art direction. To some, maybe what they are lacking is just on digital aspect. Yeah. So we come in and give them the latest, because we have the latest.
Of course.
That's our job.
So aside having the latest, what is the unique selling point of O2 Academy?
It's embedded in our philosophy. We are a people-centric brand. We are not a customer-centric brand.
Okay.
Customer-centric brand is just about you and your customer. You give me the money, I give you the product, bye-bye. See you next time. but people-centric. We see people, we don't see customers. We see that person that needs a solution. We go beyond the line of duty. We take our students personal. And that's why when people pass through O2 Academy, they don't leave the same. And we follow through. You know, there's something we call after sales services. We follow through to make sure that their objective and reason why they came to O2, that they are getting resolved. So we are a people-centric brand. It's all about the people. And that's why we're Oxygen.
So thank you so much, sir, for having this time with us. We hope to have future conversations with you if your time will let us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and so we'll be following you up. We've seen the brilliant things you're doing here at O2 Academy, and we'll say well done to you, sir. Thank you very much for this time.
Thank you, too.
So that's it on Marketing Edge on TV this week. Do well to join us same time next week for another interactive time. I'm Ogalia Bikele Mafuru. See you again.
In the month of April, 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day, while April 7th is World Health Day. On the 11th of April, it is World Population Day, and on the 14th is the 9th anniversary when government girls secondary school students in Chibok, Borno State, were abducted by Boko Haram terrorists. On the 15th, it is World Skills Day. On the 18th of April, it is day set aside as Nelson Mandela International Day. On the 22nd of April is World Earth Day, while on the 25th is World Malaria Day. 28th is World Hepatitis Day and also World Day for Safety and Health at Work. On the 30th of April is World Day Against Trafficking in Persons. Brace yourself and tune in to TVC News this April for in-depth reports, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Only on TVC News.
It's always a great morning on the TVC Breakfast Show.
Thanks for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
With the array of stories that matter and what's behind them.
As you say, the first blow indicates the direction of government.
Tell us what really is going on between your union and the federal government.
Once it's generated,
if you don't use it, it's waste. We are not even sure whether we have a strategy for security.
Are you saying that there was nothing wrong in that?
Was he the one driving the taxi?
Answer the question.
Reveal your morning with all you need to know.
Like the uncle,
yes, just mundane lyrics.
Yes.
How does that fit into your scheme of events or duties right now?
No chief of staff, no general has the right to call a governor to order. The governor has been elected by his people.
Start your day right, because this is the breakfast show that adds to your breakfast. TVC Breakfast, weekdays at 7 a.m. only on TVC News.
I've seen people, they've not even gone on a date with their spouse for years. And the excuse is, I'm a manager at work. That time you didn't have for years, you will now have it on an emergency.
Men are actually emotional. It's just that they don't know how to express the emotions.
When things want to escalate in me like a volcano, it's either a lady is trying to distract me outside. Hey! Where the television?
No, see, I'm interested. That's why I want to
That's why I'm saying it interestingly.
Oh, yes.
Taraba is not called nature's gift to the nation for nothing. It has several landmarks and natural endowments, serving as tourist haven. It's home to more than 40 tribes and languages that have existed for centuries. Get to know more about these resources and how Governor Darius Eshaku is harnessing them to bring greater developments to the state on Discover Taraba.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified.